Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is David of D-Lo Tries. This is the first blog that I'm posting. Just wanted to give you guys a little backstory behind what D-Lo Tries is, and hopefully you guys like it and want to keep following along with me. D-Lo Tries was born 2 weeks ago, actually, so it's brand new. It's in its infancy, and the whole purpose behind it is giving me some public accountability instead of just keeping this internal or within my own house of goals that I have for the long term for myself, to see myself get healthy once and for all and stay healthy, not just lose weight and then put it right back on. So there's two ways we're going about it. The first way is I have a year goal of completing a sprint triathlon with many check marks along the way. And the second goal is we're changing over our diets from just no real structure to a plant-based diet. And we'll get into all that over the time. I don't really want to get into the details of all that at this point, but at some point I'll explain kind of why and how that all happened. But it's been 2 weeks now that I've been eating completely plant-based, and it's been a really good thing for me. I feel a lot better. I've had more energy when I wake up in the morning, and so that's been really nice. But just wanted to give you guys an update. Now we're 2 weeks in. These videos will be coming weekly once we get rolling a little bit smoother. But in those 2 weeks, I've set up and completed my first 2 weeks of training. And as you can see here, in the first week, my goals were to run a mile, run a half mile faster than my mile pace of that first mile that I ran, ride 30 miles on the bike, and mix in sprinting on my feet, not on the bike, mix in sprinting sessions with all those other exercises. So I had an opportunity here. The 30 miles, that checkoff came in a pretty cool event out in Malibu. I got an opportunity to ride in Phil's Fondo. This was our second year doing it, but this is the first time we're doing it with bigger aspirations as opposed to just, let's just go ahead and ride 30 miles for the fun of it. So had a really good opportunity to ride that and complete 34 miles, which felt pretty good. We did it in just a little bit under 2.5 hours, which isn't ideal. But at this point, what I'm most focused on is just completing things, and then all the timing and everything else will come later down the line. So that was the big check mark for week one that we got done and out of the way. Fast forward a week to week two, and we completed everything you see on the screen here. I ran a mile and a half, ran 2 miles, and that was all training up to my first 5K. And so the 5K was completed yesterday, on Saturday. We did this in 42 minutes and 56 seconds. My original goal was to do this in under 43 minutes, under 40 minutes, but missed the timing there. But at this point, more so than timing, what I'm really trying to be concerned with and most interested with is trying to make sure that I'm completing these longer items, because my body is just adjusting to what it feels like. My lungs need to get reacclimated to what it feels like to work for an extended period of time. I mean, the thing to me that makes this triathlon concept so great to me is it seems like it has a built-in way of hopefully avoiding plateaus and just getting to a point where your body, you did this for X amount of time, and now you're stumped. This thing, just having the opportunity to keep continually changing up the emphasis weekly, that to me is really one of the big selling points of this sport and this activity. So, like I said, this has been 2 weeks for me. By no means am I a triathlete at this point, but the goal is to take this guy that you see here, who is 350 pounds, and get him to a point where we'll be able to compete and just complete one. And that's the first in my long list of things that I'd like to do. So that's really what we're doing, and that's the story behind it. So thanks for following along. Oh, but before we sign off here, the big progress trek, of course, and what everybody will be wondering about, I'm sure, is the weight along the road. So my initial weight was 354.8 pounds, and that was taken 2 weeks ago. All my weigh-ins happen first thing in the morning between the hours of 6 and 7 a.m. before I have any water, before I do anything in the morning. I just get up and step on the scale, and that's the first thing I do. So that was 354.8 pounds. Yesterday, after completing the 5K, this morning, after completing the 5K and having a full bout of food afterwards and feeding myself throughout the day, this morning we came in at 351.2, which, hey, they're not huge victories, but you've got to understand, for somebody like me who's used to just seeing the scale go up, it's nice to see it come back down. So we're beginning here. If you guys have any comments, any feedback of what I'm doing, what I should focus on to get to that triathlon, I'd love to hear comments from people who are experienced, who have completed one. But otherwise, just let me know what you guys think, and I'm really excited to be on this journey. And that's the best thing is that I'm enjoying and my body's getting used to being active again, and that's really cool. Another random thought that has nothing to do with anything here, but if we're going to keep doing this, we got to fill this in so it's not just a big yellow wall behind me. So come back next week, if for nothing else, hopefully I have something in the backdrop and you can see what's changed from week 1 to week 2. So until then, you guys, thanks so much for tuning in.